Happy New Year's, everyone. Welcome to Cannabis Chronicles. You're here with Outlaw Grower and Desert Growth Spurt.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
Go ahead. Start the New Year's off right. All right. So full disclosure, no, this is definitely pre-recorded for festivity's sake. We are not waking up early on New Year's to do this. So this was done early. Still doesn't mean you guys can't join us and start actually the new year off right, as well as the Sunday off right. Kind of worked out great this week.
Yeah, dude.
Outlaw, what's going on? How's your ladies doing?
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot going on with that. So,
Let's
yeah.
hear it. I'm in.
Speaking of which, well, since we had mentioned it, Sunday falls on, it fell on Christmas this year, then it fell on New Year's Day this year. It will also fall on Outlaw Grower's birthday. So next week is going to be another special edition.
Awesome. 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row. That's, you know what? I've dealt with that my whole life. It's Christmas, New Year's Day, and then my birthday. Everything. But so the ladies, let's see. So I had, let's see, where to begin. So with the autos, we had the mishap where it got too much water.
Yep.
So I kind of set it back. Then with the holidays, I wasn't able to get over to my mom's. And like I said, she really doesn't, she's got a green thumb. And because of that, she thinks she knows, you know, exactly what she's doing when she doesn't.
Okay.
And I didn't have a chance to get over there. And the freaking autos grow fast,
Yeah.
like fast.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, the thing's almost touching the light. And I'm like, oh my God, what? Are you kidding me? And she's like, well, like maybe a couple few inches. And I'm like, well, what is it? Touching the light or a few inches? Like either way, I still gotta get over there. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so anyway, I had her turn the light down and I had her like raise it enough to where I was, I didn't feel anything was going to be a problem. She doesn't know exactly what she's doing. So she couldn't measure it. She didn't have a measuring tape, things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's enough. And then I'm like, we'll get through the holiday weekend and I'll go take care of it, like Monday. And then Monday, I was tired. I just want to lay around.
Yeah.
And, and then something came up on Tuesday, and I had to go out by my dad. And I was out there for a couple of days. And so the the stuff didn't get handled right away. I had to send my old lady over there to do a couple of things. Um, but long story short, I finally got over there myself today. Um, and took care of it.
Yeah.
I got the microbes in, which it's the first time I've been wanting to get them in since, like a week ago, but
Yeah.
no chance. But I got those in. Um, yeah, the one is really tall. So, um, I don't, I've heard, stories of what not to do and things like that with autos. Um, I'm not following any rules really. The one that's kind of tall, I moved it a little to the side, and then I mean it's week 5 or 6. No, it's week 6 of the autos. I did some training.
Okay.
I took them branches, and I'm just kind of like bending them in ways to where it's they're not as high to the light, and they're kind of closer to the other one now. And um, I know it's not what others would do, and even if they were training, it maybe not be the right time that they think they would do that. But I think it's gonna be fine for now.
Hey, every situation calls for something different. There's no need to like feel bad about it, dude. I mean, it's
Oh no, I don't. But I know some people are gonna go, well, what is he doing? What's he thinking? And things like that. And it's like you just said, each situations coming, that happen in life that make it to where you need to adjust and you
yeah.
need to do some things differently. And and yeah, so I mean, I'm doing some training at a period of time that I wouldn't normally be doing the training, but I kind of needed to. So
Yeah. It, again, every situation is different. There's no, like I said, dude, if anybody gives you grief over it, don't let it get to you, because you would rather, dude, look how filthy my hands are from cleaning out my bowl. You would rather lose a little bit of yield, okay, by slowing it down, okay, by changing its focus of energy, okay,
yeah,
you get better quality in the long run. So there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with,
yeah,
again,
to equal things
situation.
out a little bit too.
What's that?
Yeah, the situation, the other one, and it's to equal things out a little bit too. I mean, see, because what happened was when I asked her to raise the light, I asked her to raise it probably more like around 2 feet, just so that I didn't have to worry.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then what that ended up doing is that caused the bigger one to stretch even freaking more.
Yeah.
And um, you know, uh so it kind of blocked out the other one, which made that one not grow. So it increased the gap size in between them. So now I was like, all right, well now I got to do something to kind of like so I can have the light, doing something for the smaller one, but not right on top of the other one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just I'm like, all right, let me do a little training. Crisscross the branch, I spread them around a little bit so that like there was the main one in the middle, I kind of bent it like you would do early on, like that kind of thing.
Sure.
And then some of the side ones just kind of like, spread them out a little bit. And then um so yeah, now I got them to where they're like about this now. And I
Perfect.
actually took my light. I took the bigger one, pushed it a little further away from the light, and I took the light and just kind of got it a little bit like this, so that it's kind of about the same distance. I'm hoping that it'll, allow the other one a chance to
Kind of balance
grow
out.
up a little bit, yeah,
Sure.
balance out.
Well, nice.
But and that was the other thing. Um I never really read anything about like the defoliation or anything of autos. I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
do it. If it's supposed to. I did.
Sure.
There were some really big leaves,
Blocking
so
a bunch of
I
stuff.
yeah. And then there was some stuff down low, to where I lollipopped it. I don't know if again, these are things I'm going off of what I've done in the past. I don't
Yeah.
have experience with autos. Um, so some of the techniques I'm using might not be correct, but
Yeah. Well, and again, situational. If it's not looking healthy, yeah, clip it off. There's
heck,
no, yeah. And if it's giantly, whether if you're not able to tuck, then yeah, definitely clip leaves. If they're blocking, a nice looking bud site, because you can't always
which
tuck.
is, and that's the thing. I figured since I'm doing something to it today, um, I might as well do everything then. If I'm gonna,
Yeah,
if I'm gonna, do some training and stress it out a little bit, then I might as well,
just
do other things that'd stress it out and get it done and out of the way.
sure. Yeah, and then it's got the microbes to help kind of like nourish it back to health. That's nice.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so there's that, and then the photos
Yeah, the ones at your place
are
now, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So we had some days that were like freaking insane. They were like 20 below. I
Really?
had like yeah, three freaking heaters in there,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I humidifier in there because it was just knocking the humidity out so quick.
Sure.
Um, but I maintained. Now I flipped it. I flipped yesterday.
Oh
So
yeah, it's a flower.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So actually, I mean, I'm in the process of um going 24 hours without light.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Help that
So yeah, I
hormone
hit
jump.
it with my nutrients. Okay, the one that is, I think it's 064. And so yeah, I had done that like a week ago. Start, giving it um that potassium and stuff.
Yeah.
Just still
Nice, dude. Yep. Getting it ready.
yeah.
Hell
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes. So yeah, so it's in the middle of the 24 hours of darkness right now, and I'm also going to change my light cycle timing, um and so that now it turns on at 8 in the morning and turns off at no turns on at 7 in the morning and turns off at 7 at night. So it's like when I wake up, I can't mess with it right away, but I can, do my coffee, chill out, and blah blah blah, and then I, can do my thing, because otherwise before I had it off 9 a.m. to 3. So it's like I'm waking up and then, fucking around for a little bit,
Right.
and then I'm like, I want to. Oh, I can't look in at them right now.
Nice.
So I'm changing that around. And there was another thing that was starting to go through my head. So I did do a little checking, and there are some people that do like the 12 and 12 on autos like the whole way through. And that's not really what I was thinking about, but I was curious about if they can be started in 12 and 12. And from what I've looked up, it can be.
Yeah.
Um, So, because what I was thinking is, since I have a little bit of space in the tent right now and it's in 12 and 12, I
Yeah.
was thinking like my moms are at like week 6, and these are about a 10-week cycle on these autos that I got. They're about 70 days, so about 10 weeks. Um, I'm thinking I'm starting small. I'm doing a couple of autos right now. I'm popping the seeds on them. I'm throwing them in there for the next few weeks. When hers are done, those will already be a few weeks old. Boom, throw them in there over at my mom's in the 18 and 6, and just go. And then those will have, by the time hers harvest, then it'll be another like 7 weeks, and we'll have some more from her place.
Nice. So so
Yeah.
is your mom taking some of your advice, or is she like know all,
Uh,
be all?
yeah, kind of. At first, she was kind of, no, I know what the hell I'm doing. But I finally explained some of the things. I was like, well, look, there's some of these things that you don't know. I'm like, the nutrients is definitely one of them you have no idea about just yet. And I'm like, I don't expect you to. It's fine.
Right.
I'm gonna, if I say put a tablespoon of this in the water, just do it. You don't
Yeah.
need to know why just yet. Um, I'm slowly explaining to her, some of the
Yeah.
things, but it'll take her time.
Is she loving
Uh,
it?
and yeah, she's having fun. She's having fun. We got a chair set up in it because it's, she has trouble, being on her feet for long periods of time. And I'm like, all right, now you got a chair in here. So if I'm talking to you, you can sit down and listen. Or if you're in here by yourself, you do a little something and sit down. And do a little something and sit down.
Nice.
She's like, should I talk to him and help him grow? And I'm like, you realize she's like, the sound of my voice, put on some music. I was like, you realize it's not like sound, right? And she's like, what? I said, no, it's the carbon dioxide
Yes.
that we breathe out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not so like I'm playing music for him, for instance. I mean, I
It
don't
works.
know,
It
but
works.
I know that the speaking to him, that's the carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Yeah, music.
Speaking of music, you're just like jam. You're like, I'm ready to jam.
Yeah. Sorry.
All good. All good. So that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you were able to salvage the autos over there. And it sounds like your photos
Yeah.
getting ready to like start showing some yumminess.
Yes.
And
Yes.
these are scrogged out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those microbes, man, they were starting to get taller. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of tucking now. It'll come the stretch. We're going to do some more tucking, and it should pretty much fill out about about a four by 4 foot area.
Ooh-wee, dude. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So the photos are in the darkness now, and then they're going to be in flower.
So, okay. So is it tomorrow morning? The lights kick on at 7?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
might have to
So
hit you.
so the autos, I say the autos got 3 to 4 weeks. Then those photos will have about 4 more weeks after that. And if I start the autos the way I'm talking about, then 2 weeks after those photos will be another round of autos.
Nice.
So I should have a decent amount at that point to be able to just kind of stop going to the dispensary.
That's the best feeling ever, dude.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I kind of screwed myself. Like I'm not out of my stuff, but like honestly, like I got tired of it. I only had 3 different types, and it was like,
Yeah.
after a few months of the same thing, it was wearing on me. So it wasn't like heartbreaking, but I was a little bummed that I had to go to the dispo. So I went and got, and just because it was different, it was like, dude, for that first like couple of days, it was like,
Oh
whew,
yeah.
oh, finally, right? Like that's
Mhm.
what's up. But now it's just like everything else. I'm like, whatever. Like it's still
It's out.
tasty,
Yeah, it's out.
but because of my rule, I went and bought
Oh yeah.
a new,
Nice.
yeah, a new piece. Rick and Morty. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of like my
It
son's
nice.
jam.
Nice. Yeah. So I on my photos, I believe I got at least 2 different kinds going on there, and then the autos right now are one's a 2 or critical 2.0, and then one is a Gorilla Cookies.
Yeah.
And the two that I'm popping right now are gonna be both Gorilla Cookies because I had 4 of those and 2 criticals. So I'm gonna
Okay.
do 2 of those, and then I'll have 2 and 2 left, plus like whatever um whatever if we decide to like do some autos at the same time, whatever we may decide on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some different autos to start getting. I'm and since we're talking about photos and autos, what's your thoughts on like autos versus photos? Like, I mean, what's the pros and cons of it? Like, why would you do one over the other?
Okay.
I
Okay.
know there's a variety of reasons. So,
There. All right. And I'm just gonna like, and I'll start with some simple basics. Okay.
hmm,
So photos, you can buy yourself time if you screw something up. Okay. If you have a problem of some kind, you can just keep them in veg longer. Okay. And it's not with training, you can keep them at a low, topping and training. It's not like they'll get out of control. You can keep them small. So if you screw up, you can buy yourself time. Autos, you don't get a second chance with it. Okay.
mhm.
So that's like a pro for photos. Okay. Like you don't get it, like you got to like be relatively spot on with all your stuff to
Yeah.
get a good result from the autos. Okay. Um, okay. Pro for autos. Because they're so fast. Okay. And you don't have to do really any training. You don't have to. Okay. And you can get a decent yield. Like with good genetics, you can get a good amount relatively fast.
Yeah.
Whereas, photos, again, good genetics is going to be the end all be all with all of this. But,
Of course.
you have to veg longer in order to get the same yield sometimes. Genetics, just okay. If you can go apples to apples, again, just speed, you'll be able to turn those autos faster for more yield. But you got to be dead on. If you have a problem, there's no coming back from it. It's
I mean, do the photos. Let's say you're on point with your autos, you're on point with your photos, and let's say you're doing the same kind of same strand,
Mhm.
so that uh you know is the quality going to be better in the photos versus the autos, or are they going to be close?
So uh, apparently there is no difference in like the THC content, the terpene profile, like all of that. There's not much difference.
Okay.
Eh,
So then the
not
next
not
question.
enough to say one is like,
Yeah.
well, with autos they're lower quality, but they're quicker. That's not how it
Yeah.
works.
So one plant of auto versus one plant of photo, is one going to yield more than the other?
The, okay. In boy, that see
In general, I know like I could not
that
train the auto and train the photo and
okay. If you're talking about if you plant a photo seed and you plant an auto seed, okay, and let's say you did 12-12 right off the bat for your photo because you needed to like okay, fine, you did 18-6 for the first 30
yeah.
days. And then as soon as the auto flower started showing pistils, if you flip the photo, okay, so quote
Yeah.
unquote, but your auto flower is under 18-6.
Well, it was okay. We're not, yeah, let's not compare it like that. Let's just say, so I start day one with an auto over here in a tent. It's 18 and 6 the whole time.
Mhm.
And I start a photo over here in another tent. It's doing its 18 and 6 for the veg stage.
Mhm.
And I'm doing everything the way I should for each one. Obviously, the photo is going to take me, somewhere around 16 weeks. 14, 16 weeks. Um, and the photo, or I mean, and the auto is gonna take, somewhere around, let's say 10.
Mhm.
Um, and if I'm doing each one the way I should, what's gonna be the difference in yield? I
No,
know the difference in time, but
yeah.
let's say we're not comparing the times or anything like that. We're just comparing. I started this one day one, it finishes when it finishes. Started this one day one, it finishes obviously later on down the road. But in the end, what's going to be the comparison on the yield?
The
Doing
okay,
each the right way.
and this is a tough question, okay? Because the reality is with the photos, there's genetically more leeway. Okay. So let's say you feed it rich, right? Let's say you like to feed your plants rich. I do. I like to push them to the limit.
Yeah.
Not all autos like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's you know, again, if you do all things
Well, let's
equal,
say we just did
it should
normal,
be similar.
just normal for both.
It should be similar, but then again, you have that capability with the photo of, like I said, even in flower, let's say they're both quote unquote 8 week. We've all had 8 weekers go nine in a day or two, right? But the autos have been like so genetically like all to just like go, go, go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's very the yield should be similar. In theory, it should be similar.
So
It
then in the end,
like if you do
basically,
no training,
because
if you just let the plants grow as is, it should
with
be
the autos, with the autos.
well, and even the photo, because why would you
No,
train
I'm
it?
saying that's why the comparison I was saying is you do both of them the way you should, which obviously with my photos I scrog, so
Well,
I get a bigger can.
then there's no comparison.
Then the photos would end up
Yeah, the moment you
creating more.
yeah, the moment you introduce training, you're going to get more. But if
Okay.
you just grow them as Christmas trees, and just let them run,
Yeah.
right, and let them
Gotcha.
flower how they're supposed, like as natural as it can be.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the yield should be similar. There might be within like what a fucking half-ounce difference between the two, maybe an ounce. Like if they're like
Okay.
sativas and they're just monster yielders, right?
So then it sounds like with a so that sounds like yeah, everything is being done the right way, the way I'm doing it. Because at my mom's, it's just on a table with a light hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah,
There's no tent, so there's no scrognet or anything. There's no ability to do a scrognet right now.
yeah,
So hers setup is best for doing auto. And
yeah. No
then
training, just
my
let 'em
tent,
go.
yeah, my tent with having the ability to do my scrognet, then I I'm better off sticking with my photos now.
Yes, yeah. That way you can do training like
I'm curious about doing some training with these autos like next round though. I
sure.
want to
Just
do one training and one not at my mom's and just kind of see what happens.
yeah, yeah. It's fun.
But I'm not talking about, like I was saying, not talking about the early on bending it over type. I'm talking about letting it grow for a while and then just kind of like spreading it out
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. That's all. Which will still bring the canopy down a little bit, and
Yeah.
then it'll open that up in the middle, and just I just want to see if it makes a difference. I think it will. I think it's obvious that it
Yeah,
will.
more tops are always good.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I know we said no, no, on using doing an auto in a scrog, but is that like a serious no no, or is it just like not
Bro, if you want
recommended?
to try it out, fucking try it out, man.
I'm
It,
curious. Like anybody done it? Hey, leave a comment below if you've done an auto with Scrognet and tell me if you think it makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah, be interesting. If anybody out there has tried it, definitely leave a comment
Yeah,
down.
because I know everybody's like, "Oh, don't do this and that with the autos. They're so sensitive." Me with it's like with a sensitive person, man. First thing I do is just slap the shit out of them, and I'm like, "Now you're not so sensitive, right? All
Right.
right, cool. Let's be friends."
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, this is awesome. Happy New Year. Hopefully this year's much more prosperous for everybody than last.
Yes, yes. 2023, baby.
Yeah. This is the year of something.
Yeah.
Something good. Something good.
The roaring 20s. Let's kick off the roaring 20s.
All over again. Big band and everything.
Don't call them the blazing 20s. That's what this is. The blazing 20s. The United States is starting to come around on that. I even heard that it may be federally decriminalized.
This year.
Yeah. Which is,
So
again, stuff.
I did okay. Legitimately, I had heard something about it and I wasn't sure, but so in February, all seeds will become federally decriminalized and like can be bought and sold anywhere because they have no THC in them and they are novelty bird seed. Like you're not
and
supposed to be germinating those.
and everybody's doing it anyway. So why
So
not? Now the
it's
feds,
pretty
now the
interesting.
feds can put a little tax on it if they want.
Well, hey,
And
you heard about all the new IRS agents. Makes you wonder if it goes hand in hand.
yeah, yeah, you never know. Never know.
Interesting.
Government, yeah. Yeah. They need, see, to me, it's just like somebody just needs to have a brain. Just go, all right, look, we're just gonna reclassify it first of all, because it's classified as a narcotic, a schedule, what, one or two? I can't remember how
I do
the
not
schedules
know.
go. But the schedule that it's in basically says it has no medicinal value.
Right.
And if they just rescheduled it, which is I had this on my decriminalized marijuana Facebook page like years ago. It's as simple as the president just signing a piece of paper. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't need the Senate. He doesn't need the House of Representatives to reschedule marijuana as a drug that has medicinal value, which it clearly does at this point.
Right. Right.
So that's it's simple. Do it. It's done, and then just the feds can start making money. As greedy as the federal government is, you think they would have did that so long? Like as soon as California had done it for a little while, and Colorado started talking about it, you would have thought the feds would have been like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, hold on. We want to get in on this too now." Like, you know, let's work something out. I don't know. I get stoned sometimes and think all sorts of crazy shit. They do that, and then all of a sudden, you know what they do? They go to the Central America, Mexico, all the cartels that are like growing marijuana anyway, and just be like, we'll buy it from you.
Yeah.
Legal. Don't care. Here's some money. You don't gotta kill a bunch of people to do it, and you don't gotta do some crooked shit. We'll buy it from you, and we're gonna sell it in America. It's legal here,
Yeah.
so it's now they're no longer have to be criminals. It's people should make me president.
I'd vote for
No,
it.
I'm just kidding. Don't make me president.
Oh, all right, dude. I'm starving. Even though
All
this is
right,
pre-recorded, it's not a lie. I am hungry.
yeah. Eat, everybody eat. I hope you all have a happy new year, and I hope that this new year is wonderful for you.
Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. My man, Outlaw Grower. Don't forget, check us out on Instagram. We have an Instagram page now. Cannabis Chronicles, as well as you can see individual photos of our grows over on Outlaw Grower 420, Desert Growth Spurt. And thank you guys checking in this year. And to this year, like he said, we'll see you guys next week.